Nintendo's of fandom. I almost said your daily show for Nintendo fans, or your daily dose of, or your daily Nintendo's of freedom. Which I guess that's also true.
All of the above.
America.
We're here to enjoy our freedom and have a lot of fun watching old Nintendo system commercials. So we're gonna start out.
Bring on the cheese.
With the NES.
Will you be the one to witness the birth of the incredible Nintendo Entertainment System? The one to play with Rob, the extraordinary video robot, batteries not included. He helps you tackle even the toughest challenge. Will you be the first to raise the incredibly accurate Zapper and play games like Duck Hunt or action-packed Hogan's Alley and high-flying Kung Fu, each sold separately? Will you be the one to experience the Nintendo Entertainment System? Comes with Rob, Zapper, Control Deck, 2 controllers, Gyromite, and Duck Hunt.
Okay. We gotta talk about this. Okay, so oh my gosh, you start.
I can't believe the first thing they showed was Rob. I
Yeah.
think that Nintendo actually had a pretty different approach in mind for the NES than what ended up catching on.
Absolutely.
And they really pushed, like, be the first of your friends to try Rob. Be the first of your friends to beat this and that game. And I can't believe they didn't show Mario at all. Like, it just goes to show they really adapted to what stuck.
Yeah.
So
everything that the guy said, he did in like 3 breaths, including the disclaimers that weren't at the end of the commercial. Because normally disclaimers are at the end of the commercial. But he said, and play with Rob, batteries not included. And then he just kept on going in the same breath. And then lastly, use the incredibly accurate Zapper in games like High Flying Kung Fu. Use the Zapper in games like Kung Fu. I don't know what they were thinking, because they're like Duck Hunt, Hogan's Alley, and Kung Fu.
Here's more NES,
What's it like to play the Nintendo Entertainment System?
We won't find out from this one. Trust me, you won't. He's done this like every single shot in that kid's
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
Duck Hunt?
Yeah.
It's like ways over.
Yeah, it's not even the full screen.
How weird.
So they don't even show almost any gameplay footage.
No.
Like a couple of screenshots. Mostly they show the kid going, wow. This is the most 90s Nintendo commercial
I've
ever seen.
Also the house blasting off into space. They showed some of that too.
Yeah. What?
I want to get an NES for that.
But
False
at the end of this,
advertising.
I want to come back to the subject of the house blasting off and there
Okay.
being no gameplay footage. I want to come back at the end.
Alright, let's watch what it is not
This is the scariest
Nintendo Ultimate TV Game System. We challenge all players. You cannot beat us. Aim your Zapper gun. You cannot beat us. Even with your robot partner. You cannot beat us. So one player. You cannot beat us. Discover who you
difficult their
are.
teams are.
You cannot beat us. We are Nintendo. We challenge all players. You cannot beat us.
That's a terrible tagline.
And weren't they just worried about like being scary?
Yeah, it is scary, man. I was freaked out. I think I've seen like clips of this before, but I don't think I've ever like watched the full commercial through. It's creepy.
I like how just none of this ever caught on.
Not a single
Not
thing.
the guy with the tie, not the animation styles that they were doing for those mascots, not the tagline, you can't beat us.
Nope.
That was isolated to one commercial in Australia, so that's funny.
I apologize to all the children that were scarred for life. Either from watching that back in the day or watching this.
Yes and yes.
This is one of the coolest commercials I've ever seen.
When you decide to step up to this kind of power, this kind of challenge, this kind of flying, crashing, feeling, when you decide to get serious, there's only one place to come, the games of Super Nintendo. No one else creates this kind of experience, because no one else creates these kinds of games. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
On a drive-in theater.
Yes.
It's funny.
Yes, please.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Do you recognize that guy?
Oh yeah, I recognized him, and I wondered if you recognized him.
That is Paul Rudd.
Ant-Man. Ant-Man showing off the SNES back in the day when he had one of those embarrassing 90s haircuts.
You go to the drive-thru to the SNES, the drive-in, take your cartridge and go bolt of lightning.
Heck yeah, and then Will Smith and all his friends from all around the neighborhood come up and watch you. So
That's pretty good.
So rad. So rad. I think that's probably the best word I can use to describe that.
Before Nintendo came out with Super Metroid, we wanted to make sure it was the most intense Metroid battle ever. So we thought we'd see how Killer here would fare against it. Ready, boy? That's 24 megs worth of weapons, worlds, and weirdos old Killer's up against. Nintendo's biggest game ever. But he's a big boy. He can handle it. Well, let's see how he did. Ship it! Super Metroid, only on the Super NES.
Oh, and they also advertised the page count of the player's guide at the end. 72 pages.
Ooh, 72 full-colored pages.
In some shots, that guy kind of looked like the Amazing Spider-Man actor.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. But he's
called
not.
him Dandrew. Dandrew Garfield. No.
Nintendo just found all the Marvel actor talent back in the day.
Yeah. Nintendo didn't capitalize on it. So this one actually looked like a commercial that would have come out in the early 2000s. But this was an early 90s commercial, which it surprised me. It doesn't mean it's great, but it was forward thinking.
It was kind of fun. And I also thought it was interesting that they were billing Super Metroid as the largest Nintendo game ever at the time. I guess it's very fair to do that. But
it's true. It was huge.
It definitely was
Still
back
is.
then. Here's our last commercial. The Nintendo 64 being advertised for coming out in 6 all-new colors. Let's take a look.
This commercial was... I was so baffled by this commercial.
I think we've saved the best
Something. The whole time I was thinking, what are they doing? Like, what does this have to do?
Nintendo 64's 6 new colors are so amazing, choosing a favorite might be somewhat of a struggle.
Billy? Which one? Billy?
It gets worse, people. Oh! What in the world? Okay.
That is such a good idea.
Okay, the first thing I want to say is those 6 colors, it's really cool that they did the console in 6 colors.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen any N64 of most of those colors.
I know, they must have done like 100 of each.
Yeah, seriously.
All we see is the gray one. I thought that was really funny. I got a kick out of it. I don't think they tied it in the best.
No.
Maybe if all the armies were wearing different colored armor and stuff. But I really liked the ending. And it was interesting because we haven't really gotten console colors like this ever since.
Not really. I mean,
gotten a few here and there.
A few here and there. The Wii Mini had a few different color schemes.
Oh, you mean the Sega Saturn?
Yeah, the Sega Saturn. That's what I meant when I said Wii Mini. So this one
in your bean-shaped Wii remote.
This commercial was clever yet scarring.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go back to all these things, and all these commercials have one thing in common, is they didn't really show much gameplay footage or much of what they're all about. And I know that commercials are like that, but I want to ask you, how have commercials for video games changed? Because nowadays they show more about the game, but they still don't show gameplay footage.
I don't know how much I can speak to that because I don't watch TV. But
you look at like trailers for games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're the same. They show, you know, cinematics and stuff that make it look all cool.
They're trying to have too much fun making these.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that these commercials, for the most part, except for that weird Australian one, did their job. And
yeah,
I think that's just a testament to clever advertising not having to do with the actual stuff that they're selling. Cause,
testament to Cledbert Advertising Agency.
Cledbert. Cledbert. Give them a ring.
Yeah, they're our agents.
Yeah, if we had hired Cledbert, we would have like 5 million subscribers by now.
Good old Cledbert. Since we can't remember the name of our couch, which we gave it a long time ago, should this be Mr. Cledbert?
Cledbert. We'll rename it in a couple hundred more episodes, I'm sure.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the crew. And crew members, what do they do?
Why don't you leave a comment on what you thought of these commercials? Were you scarred? Were you scared?
Yeah.
Or were your faces rocked off?
All right. See you guys next time.